Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to this episode of Way Too Much Information About TBC Classic. Today I'm going to talk in depth about Sha'tari Skyguard and the Ogri'la factions, added in Phase 2, and yes, I did make a spreadsheet. If you want to skip around in this video, check the timestamps in the description. I'm going to go over both non-repeatable and daily quests, as well as how long the rep grinds are and the rewards that you can get. I'm talking about both of these factions together because there's quite a bit of overlap for gaining reputation. But first and foremost, you need to be able to fly to access these quests since the areas are up on cliffs. To get started with the Skettis quest, talk to the quest giver in Shatrath near the flight path. He will send you to kill 20 ogres northwest of Shat. Turn that in and you'll get sent to Skettis, which is located on the map here. Pick up your quests in the hub and kill warp stalkers while you have a nether ray pet out for the hungry nether rays. Kill the Arachora to get 6 shadow dust and use the bomb in your bag to destroy the Kaleri eggs. And you can do that quest while mounted. Once you're done, turn them in, and Hazak will have you get a package from his house and buy a book from the island, and then it's time to move on to the group quests. But before we can summon the big bad elites, we need to get 40 time lost scrolls to summon them. You can buy and sell these on the age or trade them to other players, but you're not made of money, so you do the next best thing by joining a group to split the work. Make sure you have the quest Secrets of the Talon Priest, and now you can use your Elixir of Shadows to see the mobs that you need to kill. It is super important that you proceed with caution. Now that you can see all these previously hidden mobs, you can get attacked and overwhelmed pretty easily. Try to pull things back whenever possible, and watch out for the giant birds of death that put a nasty bleed on you when you are up in the tree forts. Once you get 10 time lost scrolls, you can summon one of the elite mobs from the voodoo piles, and you'll probably want to be in a group and get someone that's a little bit tanky to help with these. After you kill all 4 elites and turn in the quest, you'll get a quest to summon and kill Tarok. Get 5 of your friends together for this boss. If someone in your party dies, the run back's really close. Tarok has some really cool items that he drops, including some epic BOEs and a trinket that turns you into a Skettis Arakoa. The first time that you do these quests for the Sha'tari Skyguard, there is a bit of running back and forth. It took me about an hour and a half to finish this chain, but I didn't know what I was doing, and I didn't have a group for most of the time. If you have a group, you could probably finish these faster than I did. After doing the solo quests, I earned about 2,000 reputation. There are a couple ways you can earn reputation with Sha'tari Skyguard. You gain 3 rep for killing birds and 5 for killing the Arakoa. There's a quest called More Shadow Dust that is repeatable and will give you 150 reputation, which is more than it gave originally, but who are we to complain? You also get reputation from completing the quest chain, as well as the repeatable daily quests. Since you're a curious creature and totally not going to grind to Exalted on the first day, here's how one could get Exalted super fast. Completing all the quests available, including the ones up in the Ogri'la zone, will give you about 7,000 rep, including kills and all that. It'll be kind of give or take, depending on how many mobs you kill. So that means we need to grind 38,000 more rep, which is roughly 253 turn-ins of Shadow Dust. So you need to get 1,518 Shadow Dust, and that will get you to Exalted. And then you can fly around on your super cool Skyguard mount. So how long does it take to get Exalted if you aren't in a rush? Assuming you do all of the non-repeatable quests, you'll need that 38,000 reputation. Dailies give you 1,350 for all the Skettis quests and the 2 quests that give you rep located in Ogri'la. So that means that you will need to complete 29 days worth of these dailies, maybe a day or 2 less depending on how many mobs you end up killing. As with any good WoW faction, Sha'tari Skyguard has some rep rewards that you can get. There are some trinkets you get at Exalted, which aren't great, but they might be better than some of the other stuff you have equipped, like your Argent Dawn commission, which all of my alts seem to have still in their trinket slot into their late 60s. There are a couple blues that are essentially parachute cloaks without the engineering requirement, so those are pretty cool. Probably to combat all of the PvP that occurs at 3,000 feet. And then there is the crown jewel of the Sha'tari Skyguard Quartermaster, the Nether Ray mounts, which come in a variety of colors and look super cool. Just look at these. Who wouldn't want to ride around on this cute little guy? So that's it for Sha'tari Skyguard. Now let's move on to the Ogre faction up in Blade's Edge. To do the Ogri'la quest, there's a good bit of footwork needed. Start in Lower City and talk to Grok, who will send you up to Mogdor the Wizened by the Circle of Blood Arena in Blade's Edge. Mogdor has you kill 3 elites, Gerlach, Mogok, and Slag. To kill them, you'll need a balanced 5-man group with a tank and a healer. But if there is a group already doing the quest, you can just hang out and click the item after each of the bosses die. After you kill those 3 lovely guys, the slaughter continues with 2 more 5-man quest bosses. And these are done consecutively. Grimoire business, everyone stands in a circle of fire and makes a pentagram. Or I've heard you could do it with 4, with 1 person riding back and forth on a mount. I haven't personally done that, but I hear it's a thing. And after that boss, you're going to do the next quest, which is Into the Soul Grinder, which is the final quest of the chain. You protect a totem by using this handy item in your bags that fears the ghosts that you then kill, and you just kind of hang out until Gron is charged up, and then you kill him too. Finally, it is time to go to Ogri'la. So you're going to fly up to the west side of the zone, and the first quest you're going to get started with is the crystals, where you loot Apexis shards from mobs in the area, or click on the Apexis shard formations in their camouflaged locations amongst the other crystals in the area. I found this quest to be kind of a pain in the butt, with no competition in the zone, so I think it's going to be even worse when there are other players around competing for these. If the area is overcrowded, here is a map with a bunch of mobs that drop the Apexis shards. So when I did these quests on PTR, I killed a couple dozen mobs and didn't get any shards to drop and ended up just looting them from the crystal formations on the ground. I've heard some people say that they drop really fast for them. I'm sure your mileage is going to vary. But just keep that in mind that you can get them the 2 different ways. The next quest that we're going to do is an Apexis relic, which is essentially Simon Says, make sure you have another Apexis shard to start the game. Now, there used to be add-ons to keep track of this game for you, and this add-on would tell you the pattern to click, but I haven't found a working version of this add-on, so maybe someone will dig it out of the grave and remake it. If anyone has the add-on, or maybe a WeCore that works with this quest, please leave it in a comment and I'll pin it for everyone, since later this becomes one of the repeatable daily quests. The higher in reputation you get, the longer the sequences that you need to do for this quest. After being blown up a few times, I started typing out my sequence in a whisper to myself, using the first letter of each of the colors. For example, R is red, Y is yellow, etc. After you successfully click the right colors, you get a buff that increases your speed by 15% while you are in Blade's Edge Mountains, and this lasts for an hour. Now it's time for the quest Relic Emanation, which is to do the same thing again. If you keep playing and you picked up the Emanation buff before, it might not count. I've seen this reported as a bug, so take a look at your buffs. If you completed the quest a second time and you didn't get credit, just click off that buff and try it again. I did have trouble completing this quest on PTR, so I think it is still a bug in the game. There are also a few one-time quests where you mainly just need to farm a bunch of Apexis shards and kill things. In Our Boy Wants to be a Skyguard Ranger, it requires you to hand in 10 Apexis shards at a Fell Crystal Forge on the map here. Hand in the 10 shards and you pick up an unstable flask of the beast. A Father's Duty, you hand in 10 Apexis shards over at Bashir Crystal Forge and you get an unstable flask of the Sorcerer. Guardian of the Monument uses 35 shards at one of the big Apexis monuments. Pretty much this is the same as Relic Emanation, but you need a group of people to spread out amongst the colors. Do the sequence correctly 6 times and it'll spawn a boss that you need to kill. And you can also type your sequence out in party chat so everyone knows what order you need to click the colors. To Rule the Skies is a group quest to kill a dragon. There are 4 different dragons that spawn depending on where you go to. Break the egg to get started, and you can do this with a group of 3 to 5 players. These guys will drop an Apexis crystal and a dragon scale that is unique to that specific dragon. Combining all 4 of the dragon scales will create a BOE blue cloak with a random enhancement, which aren't bad to gear up and I'll already use on Fresh Tunes. So if you get a good enhancement on this, it could sell really well. A Fell Whip for Gawk. You're going to go and use the Fell Crystal Prism, which needs 35 Apexis shards. This spawns one of 4 demons and you kill that with a group. These guys will drop an Apexis crystal. When getting started with Ogri'la Dailies, once you've done kind of the quest chain, you're going to have 3 repeatable dailies that you can do. And that's the Relic's Emanation, Bomb Them Again, and Wrangle More Aether Rays. Once you hit Honored Reputation, you can do Banish More Demons for 350 more daily rep. Completing the solo and group quests as well as the first round of daily should have you around 2,000 rep into Friendly, and completing the daily quest each day will give you 1,200 reputation. And once you're honored, you're going to get the additional quests, and that's going to bring up your daily total to a 1,550 reputation per day. The fastest that you can get Exalted with Ogri'la is in 26 days, by my math. There are a few good rewards that you can get from Revered and Exalted reputations with Ogri'la. Instead of buying these items with gold, you'll need Apexis crystals and Apexis shards. The shards come from normal mobs and the Apexis crystal formations around the area, and the Apexis crystals drop from the summon elites. So that is pretty much all you need to know about the two new factions that are coming in Phase 2 of Burning Crusade. If you have any questions about anything to do with Ogri'la or Sha'tari Skyguard, please drop a comment below and I'll respond to you. If you like this style of video, please give it a thumbs up. Giving them a thumbs up lets me know if I should continue making more videos like this. Thank you guys so much for watching this. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!